Hello folks, welcome back to Bjornholm. It's been a while since we've been here. We've been in Sosnovka. With all the World of Tanks sales, I've been putting as much time as possible into that, so we have some videos for World of Tanks. But I need a break tonight. I've had a very busy, kind of stressful week, like to the point where my eyeballs feel like they're popping out of my head right now because of stress. So I wanted to do some farming, and I just wanted to relax a little bit and have some fun. So tonight we are working on finishing up the cleanup from our harvest. I found this cool mod. I thought I'd share this with you. It's kind of ugly looking, but what we got here is a John Deere forage harvesting. Now I see these in Ohio frequently. So let's get this thing hooked up. I don't know why it was disconnected, but there we go. And to add insult to injury, about 5 minutes ago I burnt my finger, so I'm icing it right now, and then we'll get started. But I'm letting it cool down a little bit because it really hurt. I was putting a piece of wood in the fire, and I didn't put my glove on. You know, it's late at night, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. Guess what? Ow! I touched the top of the oven, or the stove, and it hurts. Now, the one downside I found with this mod is that it does not allow you to pull two trailers at once. So, would you burn yourself too, Violet? How'd you do that? You don't know? So anyway, yeah, I'm ready to pull this guy up the hill and finish filling these up. But yeah, so you can only do one trailer at a time. And so I've been using this guy to fill them up. And then since, I think it was James Kelly pointed out that, maybe Paul Shower, somebody pointed out that the wheels on the New Holland tractor are, having dual wheels is not legal on the street. And I would imagine that's for good reason. But this tractor really doesn't need to leave the farm. It's mostly here to do work around the farm. Wow, that really hurts. Gosh. Stupid finger. Stupid me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this puppy fired up. It's a little buggy because it's a piece of equipment that is not normally included in the game. But I think it's a noble effort on their part, and I think it's a cool addition to the farm. Like I said, in Ohio, you don't see a ton of forage harvesters. You see these kind of foragers, and I see them for corn, and I also see them for wheat. And I've seen guys out in the field doing this. Now, if you look online, there's a cart that they use, and I haven't found a good-looking one yet, but they don't actually use normal trailers like this. They have a trailer that has like I almost want to say like a mesh, or kind of like the gearing that's on this to pick it up, that grabs it and pulls it into the trailer also. So it blows into the trailer, and then it gets ground up again by the trailer and then put into the back. And it's a closed top trailer. They're specifically forage trailers, and I see guys around Ohio with that setup. Interesting enough, that patch, but oh well. So that's something that I see at farms around here. We do see forage harvesters. I do see forage harvesters occasionally at dealerships, but I've never actually seen a forage harvester out in the field working. So, but they are even old, like used ones I've seen at dealerships. So I know that they're out there. I know that people in Ohio must be using them, but I just haven't seen one in action here. So, you know what I'm going to do while I'm doing this? I'm going to do a real quick mic check because I moved my stuff, and I think, you know, things get bumped. I want to make sure that my microphone is recording at the level it should be. So I will be right back. Everything is working according to plan. Now, just like the standard forage harvester, this one will just keep going even after you're full. So you got to be careful and watch what you're doing. Once again, the textures on this thing are pretty bogus. They're very antiquated looking, I guess. They're not. It looks like it came out of the 2013 game, but you know what? I think it gets an A+ for functionality. It's interesting because the front of it, like the yellow parts, look real nice. They look part of the game. And then the green part is like, what happened? But whatever. Another thing that I've added into the game, as you've seen, is the rental mod. We may take advantage of this on this map, maybe not. This farm is pretty established, and with this addition of adding, you know, chaff along with what we do, I will be able to make some decent money. This is a nice way to get money from the straw that is pretty much a waste byproduct of, you know, harvesting, except for animals like it too. Obviously, the cows use it. But I have a full trailer of straw down there and can grab another one at any time. So I'm just going to take the rest of this instead of just plowing it back under. Well, we're going to use it for forage. So, man, oh, it's supposed to be 10 miles an hour too. I've been driving this thing with the throttle. You're really supposed to run this at 10 kilometers per hour. So it's a slow moving thing. But I'm really enjoying this New Holland T7 270. It's a nice, powerful tractor. Seems perfectly suited for my farm. And it's a good fit, so, for this kind of work. Hard tractor work. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it looks like it's going to rain this afternoon. But maybe not. You know how this game is. It can look like rain for days and it never rains, and then all of a sudden it'll be sunny, and then the storm will blow in out of nowhere. So it's the weather prediction. We need to talk to the guy that makes the almanac here. You can stay too, Ev. Just be quiet. Don't let mommy hear you. You'll get in trouble. You don't have to go up yet. Is Mater asleep? Nobody's asleep. Oh my gosh. It was so quiet and peaceful down here. So we got these fish. I think I might have talked about it, but we have these color fish. They are genetically modified danios. They're tetras. And they have a bunch of different colors. We have 5 different colors. We got one of each. We had a little 10-gallon tank that we bought the kids for Christmas. And it's so cool because they're each one, there's like a purple one, a blue one, and then there's a green, orange, and pink. And the green, orange, and pink ones, they really do. When you have a blue LED light on them, they almost glow. They're really amazing. And they have the green one and the pink one, their eyeballs are actually green and pink. So when they swim up, it's like, my friend goes, "Ew, they have devil eyes." I'm like, I didn't really get that when I looked at them. It's like this, but they're cool because it's like it's like this glowing green fish with glowing green eyes. It's really neat. But we're going to do our best to take care of them, and I'm kind of in charge of taking care of the tank. So they did get ick right away, which, you know, I think it came from the pet store. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a white growth that grows on the fish. It's kind of like a fungus. And usually it comes when, you know, like the fish all get it, and it's a community disease. So I figured probably just, you know, they were not the tank that they came, because they got it within like a week or less of being here. And I'm like, wow, that happened really fast, you know. So anyway, I was able to treat it. I was very thankful. I put I put some clean water in there, and then I also put in, you know, medication, and it seems to have worked. Oh, and then we also got a little Cory cat. I don't know if you've ever seen those the Cory cats, but it's like a little. It looks like a little. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like a mouse, but it's a fish. Yeah, he's really tiny, and he has little whiskers like a mouse or like a catfish, but his shape is like a little baby mouse. So it's like a big head with a little body, and he's really cute. And he just when he's you know, they get passive. Like Cory cats tend to be real active and then real passive, so they just kind of lay around on the bottom of the tank. But then all of a sudden he gets excited, and he gets in the bubbles, and he swims up he like rides up the bubbles and then swims back down, and then rides back up and then swims back down. It's really fun to watch him. It's interesting to watch fish actually play. You know, like it's not something you really think of, but they actually like to play. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, whoa, how did I miss all that? Oh, that's right. That's the line that I didn't. Oh, we're gonna fill up here. Gonna watch. So we're gonna pull this up just a hair more and get it up to 100% or 90% or 99%. Whoops, sorry, I'm moving the mic a little bit here because I'm leaning back. I moved my computer back downstairs. I love having it upstairs, but there's just too much commotion going on up there. I felt like it's actually, believe it or not, quieter down here because my wife, she wants to watch her program up there, and then she wants to, you know, do her exercise, and it's like every time I try to record, she's up there trying to do something, and I'm like, well, I'll just move it back downstairs. And the kids were as soon as I start recording, the kids would come in anyway, so it's like, what's the difference if I'm up here or down there? And then in other news, let's see, Ryan broke my joystick. I'm very upset about that. I had just bought the Steam controller. We have talked about the Steam Link and then also the Steam controller, which both of them are working great, by the way. But you do have to have a really fast network, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the Steam box, or the Steam controller, is what I'm using right now. But I like the Microsoft one just a touch better for driving, because it's like this joystick is just not as sensitive as the Xbox 360 joystick was on the steering. It's a little bit dead in the middle, even though I have the dead zones all the way off and stuff. It's like it doesn't respond immediately, so it's harder to do precise steering. Though I'm thinking maybe part of that's the Steam Link. Yes, Evelyn. Is that peanut butter and jelly? Or as Evelyn called it one time, peanut butter.
Okay, Daddy.
Yeah? Okay, is he playing with Ryan? Okay. Uh-oh. Hang on, let's see what my friend Josh says. I'm supposed to do a photo shoot maybe tomorrow. Oh, good. She just wants to wait in spring. Josh. He said I shouldn't even got involved. Hang on, let's see. I said, are you in trouble? In the doghouse. He tried to help his wife by setting up a photo shoot with me, but she wants to wait till spring because she wants to. They have a little baby, and she doesn't want to take him outside, understandably, in the winter weather. But she's like, it's like everything's. They want it to be a little more, like they want Christmas pictures, but they don't want them to necessarily be Christmas pictures. She's like, she wants them to be kind of like all-purpose family photos. So he wanted me to come do it for Christmas, but then she's like, well, no, I really wanted to do them like not just Christmas photos, but family portraits, you know. So it's kind of funny. So I think he just got himself in trouble. I told him, I said, well, he's like, what indoor locations can you think of that aren't Christmassy? And I'm like, honestly, here in Medina, everything is Christmas. So that just ain't going to happen. Now, one of the things that's kind of hard about this little trailer, first of all, it's hard to back because it's not straight behind you. But secondly, the hitch is on the side. As you can see there, the hitch isn't directly lined up. There we go. Oops, no, I just disconnected it. There we go. Now it's connected. So it's a little bit hard to hitch up, especially when the arm is extended. He said, I'm not on the couch tonight. He said, but I'm going to actually, he's like, I'm going to force her to take your pictures. Like he said, he doesn't care about who, what, when, or where. Typical guy. So it's kind of a bummer, but it's a friend of the family, so I was going to keep the price way down anyway, so I'm not really making any money on it. But all right, so here we go. Back into harvesting. So yeah, so this is a pretty cool thing. So anyway, I have to use the Steam controller. I gotta tell you, tonight's the first night that I've really used it outside of having it on the Steam Link, and I think the Steam Link is having some lag issues because it's actually not bad here. I feel very comfortable with it. I was doing logging with Jared a little bit earlier tonight, and that was a little more difficult because it seems to it's hard. There's no joystick on the right side. I've showed you pictures of it before, but there's no joystick on the right. It's a pad, so you rub your finger on it like you would a joystick. So like if I want to look left, I push left on the pad and hold it on there, and it keeps circling like you would a joystick. But it's a little weird feeling, and if you don't get it perfect when you're doing the logging, you can like open the arm and you can, like if you're using the implement where you have to like open and close the grabber, but then the other way makes it extend. So I go to extend it, and by mistake I open the grabber because I didn't push the joystick just the right way, and it's a little hokey that way. I'm not sure that I love or am in love with the way it's set up, but that's the way they did it. And I do love the controller, though. It's actually a very comfortable controller. It's kind of weird looking, but the more I use it, the more I get used to it. And it's not bad. I'm still mad at Ryan for breaking my Xbox controller, but thankfully it just happened that I had already bought this one, so I'll just have to use this now on both the Steam Link and my PC. So, getting more texts. Yeah, I still have another photo shoot tomorrow. Family decided to get they are selling their family business, and the parents, as a Christmas gift, they decided that they're going to give their parents like a photo video session of the garage. It's a body shop, and they're going to have me come and photograph it tomorrow morning. and make a video and photos as a keepsake for their family, because it's been in the business. Their family has been in that business for many years, and it's grown and it's doing well. But they're the older the parents are done. They don't want to do it. They're retiring, and the younger kids don't really want to take it over. So it ends up being a what do you do? Well, if it's a successful business, you sell it. So that's what they're going to do. So here's our last pass here, and we'll clean this tractor up, and we'll run the load down to the biogas plant, and we'll take a look at what we need to do next. I think the cows are all fed, though we can take a look at that. I think I'm also in the middle of if I remember right, I was mowing that field down there, and I was in the middle of tedding and then getting ready to. We need more hay, so.
Is that a mod?
Lots of mods.
Wow, I wish I had all the mods.
Why? You want to play? Oh, Seth, it takes forever.
Just put them all in the transfer. I can take it from
You could take it from there?
Yes.
All right. All right, well, hold on, folks. I'm going to set up the transfer file for Seth so he can install them on the Mac. I don't know how you're going to do that.
I don't know. Either I can figure it out.
It's different. It's not the same on the Mac. You have to, there's like a hidden folder you have to find.
Either I'll figure it out with my smart brain or just look it up.
Yeah, you got a smart brain. Seth does have a smart brain. Okay, Seth, so hang on. We're going to pause the recording here for a second while I let Seth see if he can figure out how to do it. So we'll be back. All right, so we're going to go put this, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll put this away. Sorry, my mic is drifting further away from me because I'm lounging further back. Lounging on the couch. Let's see. Loosen that. This microphone stand is like a sailboat rig. It's like, loosen the jib. Tighten down that forecastle. I'm just making up sailing words, sorry. I know what a forecastle is, and you don't tighten it up. Forecastle's the front of the boat. Like on a sailing ship where you have that little parapet where you can stand. I don't know, Soup. Like I said, you're going to have to deal with it, honey. Yeah, I know. That's why I have the door cracked. That fireplace is going, and we got the fire going tonight because it was really cold today. But now this room's like 90 degrees. Everybody's boiling. So I've cracked the back door to balance it out a little bit. Hey, as long as the furnace isn't coming on, we're good, right? It's kind of a dark afternoon here. It's only 3:30. It's not like it's nighttime, but it really looks like night. I don't know what's going on. My computer's running crappily. Maybe my computer's overheating. Seth, check to see the temperature. Just put your hand on top of the case by the power supply and see if it feels real hot or if it's just warm. Okay, good. Nope, not overheating. Every time I have open it a little more, please. Every time I have the kids open the back door, they're scared that a raccoon's going to come in. They're not going to come in. That only happened once.
Yeah, the only one time is my dad was looking at the computer or something, I can't remember what, and a raccoon just tries to walk in and he starts like shutting
I think they know the story. I've told them. I've been honest with them about the whole raccoon issue. Yeah, one of our neighbors was feeding them. So I have had some requests to upgrade the header. No, I can't afford it right now, but the header for the Komika. I am actually probably just going to get rid of the Komika, and we will rent a harvester until I can afford a new one. I have a feeling after we do this chaff tomorrow, we should be able to afford a harvester anyway when we need it. So I'm just going to sell the Komika for now. But we'll do that a little bit later. First, we're going to get the chaff set up and get it covered so that it starts to ferment overnight. Yeah, let's put this guy back in here. Cool. So, I'd say this tractor is pretty much done for the day. We'll be planting with him at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So as soon as that sun comes up, we'll be out in the fields planting. And then the other tractor will get out there and fertilize. So CP's checking to see if he did it. Let me know, Seth. Was there a mods folder already?
No.
No, then that's not going to work. That'll actually be a folder called mods that you will just pop those in.
No, what would the farm thing that's not
Now, here's an answer to a question I've had a lot of people asking. If you can just, how do I attach these trailers together? And there's really only one good way to do it, and that is the old-fashioned bumper cars. You pull up, you'll see. I've got it down pretty much so I can get it every time. Once in a while I have to try again, but usually I'm pretty sufficient at doing this. Or not prolific, that's the word I'm looking for. Sufficient would mean I have enough. Whoops, I didn't mean to rub it like that though. Alright, so you pull just like that, maybe a little bit far, so the wheel is just past that. There we go. Then I get over here and I give it a little bump. Doesn't have to be hard, you can kind of push it slow. But you may have to back up and redo it. This tractor's big enough that it's got enough horsepower to push. But some of the smaller tractors, you have to keep thumping it till it gets into place. Sorry, my nose is really itchy for some reason right now. Boop, boop, and off we go. We are covered and ready to run. So we're going to pick up the main road over here because that's just the easier way to do this. These trailers are atrociously dirty. Yeah, it's a hidden folder, Seth. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Look online on farming-simulator.com. They have a tutorial on how to do that with the Mac. But it's been a long, long time since I've done it. I just don't remember. I'd tell you if I knew. So you can see here as we pick up speed, this is what I'm talking about. I have a hard time getting those minute steerings. And you can see the steering wheel going nuts as I try to push the joystick. It's just... It's farming-simulator.com. Well, you don't need it now because you're not burned anymore. Evelyn. Silly girl. Silly girl. I don't want the speed. I want the speed. There we go. Whoa. Oh, yep. Okay. That was a little too fast there. Oh. Ah. Can you see I'm having a problem here, folks? Let's just make it worse by jamming yourselves in there. Cram those cars in there, folks. Yeah. I got this new speed control mod that I like. I like it, but I don't love it. There we go. 27. That sounds like a good slow speed for this guy. My microphone keeps sagging, so I'm sorry if I keep going off mic. It would be under frequently asked questions, maybe, or modifications, or something. I don't know, Seth. You're going to have to look for it. That's the White Rub site. Yes, that's correct. Thank you for asking. All right, hold on a second here, folks. I'm going to try to fix this mic because it's going to make me nuts. Ah, icing my finger. My poor finger. My poor finger. It hurts. It burns. My finger is burning. It makes me want to cry. So we don't have a ton of chaff here, but it's enough for a couple, probably, maybe 100,000, 150,000. We'll see. But we're just going to rent a bigger harvester because there's no reason to be using that small harvester. Yeah, there's not so much there. That's all the fields of chaff collection. Next time I may windrow them so it goes a little smoother. I can't believe I'm having graphical slowdown on this map. It's kind of surprising. When I turn the lights off, it's fine, but the headlights are making it slow down. With my Monster video card, my Monster processor, everything should be super. Did you give up, Seth? Why are you playing Spiral Knights? Oh, Ryan's playing Spiral Knights. What? Yeah, there's 152,000 kilos or liters. So that would be 10,000 kilos. Is that right? Somebody who knows metrics, fix me. This, it's not much. This is going to be, yeah, I'm going to guesstimate less than that. This will probably be about $80,000. And I think that's a fair way that we are not cheating doing silage, but at the same time we're making some money from it. Wow, those skies look really crabby. Those are some dark skies. I bet you it rains soon. We're going to compact it, though. That's what I'm doing right now. Running these wheels over it compacts it pretty quickly. Yeah, for those of you that have never seen the silage process done, I may put a little tag on this video so people can see it happening. Because that's like my most popular video I've ever made. It's got like almost 100,000 views by itself, is my silage tutorial. In fact, I think a lot of you guys that have been here watching started on that video. So I'm very, you know, sometimes you just find something that works for your channel, and that one's worked really well for my channel. I've been trying for years with World of Tanks, and there's just so many great players out there that do it that it makes me like a very small fish in a big pond. But there aren't a ton of guys that do the farm. Well, there are a ton of guys that do the farm sim, but most of them are European language, so or they use bad language or whatever. There's a couple really good ones out there too. Obviously, Gun and Gamers is he's kind of like the PewDiePie of farming simulator, and he's a real nice guy too. He always responds to comments, and he's a cool farming simulator dude. So I try to kind of emulate what he does and do it a little different too. And but the other thing I've learned about YouTube, things that help, is consistency. If you just keep adding videos every day. I just try to put a video up every day or every couple days, and a lot of times I'll sit down and do a 2 or 3 hour recording session, and that will yield, you know, 5 or 6 videos for me or more. Though I think as we get closer to Christmas here, I'm going to be having to make less videos because I'm really getting behind on my wedding work. I have just so much stuff to do. I am stressed to the gills right now. It'll all be over with by the end of January or by the end of December, but it sucks. I've just learned my holidays, especially in busy wedding years, I don't get the holidays. Most people get the holidays off. It's like a time for family. For me, it's a time of stress, and it's a time of trying to get caught up and then wishing I could hang out with everybody while everybody's hanging out and having fun. I'm busy getting done people's weddings, and it's become kind of a sore point for me. It's the one thing that I don't like about my job. I like everything else that I do. I'm excited that my business is growing. Did you find it, Lolly? No, you could just just copy it in there. It'll ask you if you want to overwrite the folder, though, right? Because it's already there. Like they have to be in right under mods. They have to be in mods. Yes. Yep, that's right, Seth. Good job. So we can now blanket our silo. We got to 100% crushed. All right. Nice job, Seth. All right, so let me know when you're ready, and I'll pop this up there. You ready? All right, so we're going to break here, guys. Seth is going to join in on the farm.